Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I've got a fun little video for y'all today. I get asked this question a lot, both inquisitively and skeptically. People are always dogging me. How do you find all of these different Indian earthworks, like the mounds and the just stone walls and some of the stuff that you've seen in different videos? The Hopewell earthworks, somewhere we just visited recently. And the answer is really simple. I've got two sources that really help me find all this stuff. One is a map that's been made by experts. It's called a Z map that I use online. And local experts, people that are just really into the subject of Native American culture and history, they've compiled a list of all the burial sites, mounds, earthworks, all kinds of cool stuff. And then the other reason why I find so much stuff so easily is I live right here in the Ohio Valley, and the Ohio River and all its adjacent rivers that flow into it have all kinds of mound complexes built on them. We're kind of in the epicenter of everything here. So what I wanted to do today is honestly just take you along with me on the way home from work and show you all these different mounds, earthworks, and sites that I will drive by on the way home. So we are coming on a couple right now. We're going to get down the road here and I'll show these to you. Alrighty, this one's one of my favorite ones, to be honest with you, especially today. Nice and foggy, creating a cool ambience. Look out there in that field. There's a mound. Ain't much to it, just a little burial mound out there. And then down over the hill, there is a more pronounced one sitting in a yard. We'll drive up here and get a closer look at this if we can. All right, I did get a little bit better look at it. There's a crow flying above it. This one just sits in the middle of a cow pasture. Doesn't get bothered, it's on private property. And we'll go down over the hill here and there will be a bigger one that's a little more manicured sitting in the yard. Alrighty, here's the other one here. It's actually kind of cut off because of the road. But it just sits here in this yard right beside this road and all these cornfields. This is the northern end of the mound tour that I'll be taking you on today. This is right outside of Beverly on Ohio 60 North. Now some of these mounds were either excavated or just destroyed. Before there were federal protections, there was actually some looting done. You look out there, see a dog on a dog box. There's supposed to be a mound out there somewhere. I could kind of see what might be a mound behind this camper, but I'm not too sure. I think this one might be gone. Alrighty, it's the end of the day. We're headed back home. Here is one. This is not too far from Witten's Farm Market. This one's on the map here. I've done a short of it before. Somebody's planted some pine trees on this one. You can see the prominence where it lifts up from the regular field there. Pretty cool. Alrighty, we're on the side of the road here. I'm not going to get any closer. I just wanted to admire that. But if you look here, we're in Lowell, Ohio at the northern edge of it. And it doesn't look like much. It's just cornfields, hills, and houses. But if you look up there into the misty hills, I'll throw a little piece of the Z map up and show you guys. There's actually an earthwork somewhere on that hillside. As you go through here, there's a little road. There's a graveyard right there. And the map says that there used to be a mound there. And as you go towards the southern end of town, out on that ridge line, there are actually a couple places where there were burial sites and mounds up on that hill as well. And as you head north towards Beverly, out through here, up on this flat ridge, there was actually a settlement almost directly right out that way. All right, here's one not as many people know about. We're in Devola coming down. It's kind of off 60 a little bit, but it's close enough to put on this list. And coming down past Putnam School is Putnam Cemetery. And right here underneath these cedars and pines is a mound right in the middle of the cemetery. And this won't be the last mound you see in a cemetery today. This is one of two up here in the Marietta area that are preserved by having a cemetery built around them. Righty, we're driving down Route 60 coming through Marietta. Technically, this is 3rd Street through here. Right here on 3rd Street, we have the biggest mound. This is a big platform mound called quadranal. I don't think there's any burials in this one. I think this is for a structure. All right, we'll drive up through and get a better look at it. We actually did a short of this mound not too long ago. You can check out on the page. We've got quite a few videos of it. But this one's situated between 3rd and 4th Street here in Marietta. Already in this one here is probably the coup de grace of all the mounds that we drive by. This is Mound Cemetery, right in the middle of Marietta. You can see the mound there. One of the cool things about this cemetery is there are a lot of Revolutionary War veterans buried in here, including a lot of prominent generals. We are actually right here by one of the more significant graves. There's General Benjamin Tupper. Pretty cool. This mound's got a giant earthen ditch built around it too that goes around in a circle. Actually, a lot of people coming and visiting it today. Alrighty, everybody cleared out here. I'm going to show you these steps. We're going to walk up there. I'll show you the little place to sit at the top of it. They got some benches and kind of a leveled out space. All right, here we are to the top. The leveled out circle with some chairs and a little monument for a time capsule placed 1976. This thing's about 40 feet tall, maybe 45. Windy a little bit just to come up those stairs. At least it winded me, I'm fat. Alrighty. That's probably the best mound there is. My favorite one by far. But we have a few more on the way home. We're gonna cross over the bridge into West Virginia, and I'll show you a handful of little burial mounds between here and my home. All right, we had one more up here in Marietta that I forgot about that the public library was actually built on. And the ones down here in West Virginia were obscured by road blockages due to a festival that is happening at Henderson Hall. So I curated some of my old footage and put in here at the end to show you guys these last few mounds. I hope everybody enjoys. This is right here, this little hill that this library is sitting on is actually an old Indian mound. We're gonna go up and take a look at the sign that talks about this place. All right, so this place is called Capitolum. It's in Marietta, Ohio, and it says Ancient Hopewell Platform Mound, named by Ohio Company in 1788. Andrew Carnegie Library, constructed in 1918. So this isn't a burial mound, but it is part of a large earthworks here in Marietta. And I guess this is kind of a way to preserve it by building this library on top. All right, everybody's been enjoying my videos where I showcase the local mounds. And I want to show you a really special piece of history right here. You can see in this yard by this little tree is a very small Indian mound right there. And what's special about this one is this is actually a preserved slave plantation known as Henderson Hall. They actually give out tours of this place. And right on the other side of the building, there are two more prominent mounds. One right here and a little one right there behind it. There's a lot of Native American history all around this old plantation. If you want to check this place out one day, like I said, they give tours. It's called Henderson Hall. And you get right past this fence and right behind it, in these backyards, is an ancient Indian mound. They never developed this lot. They left it, preserved it, which is pretty cool because a lot of times back in the olden days, they got tore down. Alrighty, so I curated a Google Maps list with the waypoints for each of these mounds. Some of the stuff I pointed out, like all the different earthen sites in Lowell, don't really have good reference points. I haven't been able to find them. So you're just going to have to kind of use your imagination as you drive through there. But all the mounds are located in this. I'll copy it. I'll put it down in the video description. And if anybody's interested, you guys can take a drive someday and see all these for yourself. We'll see you next time. Happy hunting.